Let's talk about hair loss. For so many people, it's a really big deal. It's personal, it's stressful, and we see it everywhere, on our clothes, in the shower drain, and we're taught to fight it on the surface, right, with special shampoos and treatments. But what if the real answer isn't in a bottle at all? What if it's been waiting for us in a philosophy that's thousands of years old? Okay, so first, let's just get our bearings. It is completely 100% normal to lose somewhere between 50 and 100 hairs every single day. Seriously, it's just part of this natural cycle of growing, resting, and then shedding. Most of the time, you probably don't even notice it's happening. But that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What happens when it feels like it's way more? When that normal shedding starts to look like actual thinning? That's when we really start looking for answers. So before we can really appreciate this totally different way of thinking, we have to get on the same page about how we usually look at hair loss. The conventional story. You see, there's a really key difference here. On one side, you've got temporary shedding. This is often your body's reaction to some kind of big stress, like an illness or even having a baby, and it usually grows back on its own. But then you've got true hair loss. This is different. This is when the hair follicle just stops working, and that means there's a deeper problem that you've got to address. And here they are, the usual suspects. We've gotten really good at naming all the potential culprits, right? It could be our genes, our hormones going haywire, stress, nutrition, the list goes on. But here's the thing. So often, our treatments just focus on the symptom, the hair itself, instead of asking why the whole system is out of whack in the first place. And this is the question that changes everything. This is where we pivot. It asks us to stop looking at our scalp and start looking deeper, much deeper. Which brings us to Ayurveda, the ancient system of medicine from India. And let me tell you, it doesn't just offer a different treatment for hair loss, it offers a completely different diagnosis. It sees the problem in a whole new light. In Ayurveda, they call hair loss Khalitya. And right there in the definition, you see the massive shift in thinking. It's not a skin condition. It's a tri-dosha vyadhi, which means it's a disorder of your body's 3 core energies. It's a systemic issue. So those 3 energies are called the doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha. They're like the fundamental forces that run everything in your body. Now for hair loss, Ayurveda points its finger mainly at pitta, the energy of fire and metabolism. The idea is that when your pitta gets too high, you get excess heat in your body, and that heat can literally rise up and scorch the hair follicles from the inside. Okay, now get ready for this, because this concept is a real game changer. In Ayurveda, your hair isn't just hair. It's seen as a secondary product of the tissue that forms your bones. Think about that for a second. What that means is the health of your hair is directly tied to the health of your bones. Strong bones, strong hair. Mind-blowing, right? But wait, it goes even deeper. The ultimate culprit, the real root of the whole problem, is said to be a weak digestive fire, what they call Agni. Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine your digestion is a campfire. When it's burning strong and bright, it burns everything cleanly. But when it's weak and smoldering, you got a lot of smoke and gunk. In your body, that gunk is called ama, a sticky toxin that clogs up all your internal channels and stops nutrients from getting where they need to go, like your bones and ultimately your hair. So you see where this is going, don't you? If the diagnosis is this deep, if it's about your digestion, your energy balance, and toxins, then the treatment has to go just as deep. It's not about what you put on your hair, it's about how you fix your entire internal environment. And I love this because the strategy is so logical. It's a 3-pronged attack. First, you have to do a deep clean with shovana, purification, to get all those toxins and excess doshas out. Then, once the system is clean, you can use shamana, or pacification, to calm and balance everything with herbs and diet. And only then, finally, do you focus on rasayana, rejuvenation, to rebuild and nourish the tissues so they can really thrive. And this isn't just some ancient theory. This quote from a modern medical journal studying Ayurveda makes it crystal clear that deep purification, shodhana, is the first line of treatment. You can't just slap a band-aid on the problem. You have to remove the root cause first. It just makes sense. So what does this actually look like for a real person? Well, a fascinating case study gives us a pretty incredible peek into just how powerful this whole body approach can be. So get this. The patient was a 25-year-old man who'd been losing patches of hair all over his body for 5 years. 5 years. He tried the conventional route, things like steroid injections, but nothing worked. In fact, things were only getting worse. He was totally at a dead end. And this was his purification plan. I mean, look at this. This isn't just taking a few herbs. This is a full-body, top-to-bottom overhaul. These 5 therapies, called Panchakarma, are designed to systematically expel the excess energies that are causing the problem. One to purge fiery pitta, another to clear heavy kapha, one to balance airy vata, and even a therapy to purify the blood itself. It's an intense, total system reset. And on top of that, they used these other incredible therapies. Shirodhara, where warm oil is poured on the forehead to just melt stress away. Nasya, using medicated oils in the nose because it's seen as the literal gateway to the head. And yes, even Rakta, controlled bloodletting. Now, I know that sounds intense, but the idea is to physically remove deep-seated inflammatory toxins from the blood that's feeding the scalp. So, what was the result of this incredibly deep, holistic, all-in approach? You're not gonna believe it. After 5 years of frustration and getting nowhere, new hair growth was visible within 15 days. 15! That just goes to show the power of treating the real root of the problem, not just chasing the symptom. So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's really a profound shift in how we see our bodies and the signals they send us. It really comes down to these 2 completely different ways of seeing. The conventional view says hair loss is a problem with your hair. It's a symptom to be fixed. But the Ayurvedic view says, no. The state of your hair is just a mirror. It's reflecting what's going on deep inside you. It's not a flaw, it's a message. And that means the ultimate goal isn't actually to fix the hair. The hair going back is just the natural result, the proof that you've restored the body's internal harmony. It's about listening to that message your body is sending you and then giving it exactly what it needs to heal itself from the inside out. And that kind of leaves us with a pretty powerful question, doesn't it? One we can apply to almost any health challenge. Are we looking at our symptoms as problems that need to be silenced, or are they actually messages that we need to learn how to understand? Thinking about it that way, well,